Howdy, this is Sergey Drachev from Cambridge, Ontario, Canada, and if you watch my previous movie about straight pipe on a transport truck, this is my 2004 International. You know, I had a straight pipe with no muffler, and actually after a while, you know, it does drive you crazy. There's a very low bass sound that you cannot actually hear, but it's like kind of not droning, but you know, very low frequency. I could actually see like deers running away, you know. So, you know, we long haul truckers are a bit crazy already because we spend so much time on the road by ourselves, but I still want to keep appearances, you know. I don't want to go totally off the rocker. And so the first disadvantage, and of course it was pretty loud under load, you know. If I have let's say 46,000 pounds on the trailer and I'm going uphill somewhere, it was just too noisy. But the main reason actually was that, you know, with a heavy load I do have to use jake brakes, right? And without any kind of muffler, it's just a killer. Well, I did some research online and I found that actually Flowmaster makes commercial truck muffler, which was born actually out of racing, and it looks like this. It's 9 inches in diameter, and it's what is it, about 20 inches long, and I've used the same 5-inch pipe here, right? But it was very difficult to find someone to install it because, Jesus, this guy installed the bracket kind of crooked here. I guess he was in a rush. But anyway, it was very hard to find someone to do this modification, because if you remember, my previous pipe was closer here, right? When it was straight, so you had to install kind of this elbow. So I found the shop, a very nice shop that can actually manufacture their own brackets. It's called A&A Exhaust here in Hamilton, Ontario. And these guys just are amazing. I just called them one day ahead and they did everything maybe in 2 hours while I was waiting there. So you see, they use this bracket because of course you cannot drill holes in the frame. You can only use the existing holes, and then they added this custom elbow, right? Everything is still 5-inch, and here they use a clamp, and they use these two existing, actually 4. Wait a second, how come it's now 3 on each side? Oh yeah, I think I had those holes from that big thing I had here before that was holding the vertical muffler. But yeah, I don't like this kind of that it sits so crooked. Yeah, and the guy scratched the entire muffler. That's one thing I don't like. It was all black, right, because it's aluminized steel, and I made them turn the tip a little bit this way, because see, that's what happens when you have when you dump your exhaust like this on a diesel truck. It blows soot right on the fender. So now it sits like this. But all in all, I'm pretty happy. So I just drove about 60 kilometers or 40 miles from the shop to here in Cambridge, where I live. Yeah, something is definitely wrong with this clamp here. I don't know, what did he do? See, this one looks okay, but this one, I guess the guy was in a rush or something, and he used one of those power tools that create 1000 psi of pressure. I'm gonna fix it myself. But anyway, so I just drove 40 miles back with no trailer, and two things I noticed with this muffler is that, number one, the exhaust became louder at idle. I guess the frequency moved into the range that you can hear. But of course, the second thing that I noticed is that the jake brake sound became much quieter. So now I can actually use it without damaging any real estate property sitting on those hills when I pass with a heavy load. So let's hear how this baby sounds at idle and at launch. Thanks to Flowmaster for this great Series Pro muffler, and thanks to A&A Exhaust in Hamilton, Ontario for a great job. Take care.